Hello. Hello. Figured since I'm running this anyway, I may as well stream. May as well do it on stream. I wasn't gonna stream today because I'm kind of feeling not great. But since I've been getting like moderately okay tries, I figured I'll give it a shot. May as well be streaming. May as well. How are you doing, Spectacles? Been a hot minute. Hope all is swell in the world of space. My microphone is completely elsewhere. I hope I was audible. Not that I've been saying anything particularly exciting or important. Okay, back from camping trip, feet hurt? Hell yeah. Well, maybe not so much hell yeah about the feet hurty part, but it's kind of normal or to be expected, I assume, to a degree. How was trip? I assume it was fine, if you are good. Minor stretch. Let's do a big stretch as well. Okay. So I'm gonna have some terrible attempts, probably, because I just had some decent ones, and I'm about to say that I've been starting to understand this fight a little bit. So naturally, fucking law of get fucked idiot says that I have to immediately start getting bullied again. Yep, also any rather good for coming bad for fires. Bad for fires, that sounds a little scary. But yeah, that sounds right. Nice. Glad to hear. Alright, Turtle? Hello. Okay, so I've done normal version. Wasn't that bad. It took me like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something. Ascended just does double damage, meaning the normal attacks do 4 damage, meaning we have 3 hit points. We can only basically heal back 1, essentially. It's not great. I've been getting the hang of this reasonably okay. It is, however, still very, very luck dependent. Some patterns I've been getting that are very hard to deal with. I've just been getting bullied. Sometimes I get good stuff and I just don't get it for a while and everything is great. I've had a couple first phases where I haven't been it at all. I've never seen 3 of those in a row. That's kind of funny. So I'm not gonna be fucking with those bugs. I'm just gonna stay over here, and if he doesn't show up, then he doesn't show up, and I'll just not do any damage. That is so fast, fuck me. Also, sorry for context for streaming, while an attempt is running, I'll be trying to focus, so I'll try to not make myself... I'll try to make myself not read chat or respond to anything. So I'm not trying to be rude, it's just that this is very much lock the fuck in kind of game, and or kind of fight, I guess. And yeah, okay, I should be locking in rather than just yapping. We didn't have fires where we came from. Across the island we were on was a bit obscured by smoke. Oh boy, that still very much sounds terrifying. Oof. I'm glad everything went well though. Trying to produce always take some getting used to it since you're so fast. Yeah, especially getting into the rhythm is really difficult. Once you're in the flow and everything like lines up, it's pretty okay. But the start of the fight, and especially if you haven't been just like sending attempt after attempt, it's always really difficult to get into. Also, sometimes I feel like after the big projectile attack, getting back into the rhythm of things, getting back into the swing of things is really difficult. I should be using my spells more there, but I'm still not in just kill the thing brain. I'm still in let's try to learn and just stay alive and dodge brain. I'm not gonna fuck with that one. Oh, I didn't get 3 hits from the side there, but This might phase, yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is the end of phase 1. This looks scary. It's not though, it's generally fine. You get 6 heals here, like you can actually spend full soul to get health back after that. Wow, that was fantastic timing. This is the phase that kills me. I don't know, this phase is fucked up, I hate this. I hate everything about this, like look at that, that was fucking nasty. So I strategically want to be... I am dumb. I strategically want to be on the other side of, or, well, I'm gonna pick an area and mostly stick to that area. When you're trying to also traverse the arena while trying to dodge shit, especially if you're approaching it while it's doing attacks, you're risking death pretty much immediately, I feel like. So I want to broadly stay in one area and not necessarily chase it down. It teleports around so much that after just a little bit it usually comes to you anyway. But if you get unlucky, like we just did with the wall into swords, you just kinda get fucked and there's not that much you can do about it. The idea seems to be for, like, not getting fucked by multiple attacks overlapping is to, like, deal with the attacks more quickly, so if I know there's a wall coming, I should be approaching the wall so I can dash through it. Same with these swords, I should get through them as quickly as possible so I can focus on the rest of the fight again. However, in the platform phase, like in the second phase, oops, I'm done. Could have thought that. You don't always see what the fuck is happening, and you can't always guarantee that you have a good opportunity for it. Which makes that phase so fucking ass in my opinion. I really, really dislike that. It's a pretty typical thing of like, well, the boss is somewhere else in the arena and you can't see what it's doing, but you have to deal with it, and you have to deal with it as quickly as possible, because if you don't, you get fucked. So that feels really mean. So if we win this phase, like now we get to heal 6 times, which sounds great, but since it does 4 damage a swing, it really only gives us 1 HP essentially. Falling into the void, like if I fall off stage, it only does 2 damage, so technically we do still benefit from having 7 HP over 4 over 5 it is. God damn it. So after the lasers, you have... I jumped instinctively because I wasn't sure what was going on. After the lasers, you have a pretty good chance to nuke it with Howling Wraiths, it seems. Like, it very often after that attack lingers for a while before teleporting, which is a great time to just get some damage in there. I should do that in this first phase as well, because this first phase is also scary. I just don't because I'm bad. But yeah, I should be more actively looking for nuke opportunities to actually get some damage on and progress the fight a little faster. Especially since the opening of this fight gives you so much opportunity to get soul. I thought I'd pick it below. Here I should have maybe still done Howling Wraiths, but I feel like the phase is basically over, so I decided to not do it. Which is a little risky and a little silly. I'm gonna get enough soul back for healing anyway, I don't really need to be conservative. This part is pretty free. It's funny because when you first start this fight, this phase also seems really hard because you have to do these small micro adjustments while you're hitting it, which seems really hard, but once you get used to it, it's actually not that bad. It's relatively free, given some of the other shit that it can do. So that phase is pretty chill overall. One on the right side again, I have no clue, I'll just stay over here. Yeah, here we go. That sort of teleport is fantastic. It's a little dicey to dodge sometimes, and I got really unlucky there with the lasers, but if I didn't suck ass. These are fantastic moments when it like lands so close to a platform, because you can just stand there and upswing repeatedly and you just do insane damage. If that happens a couple times, you can get through this phase pretty quickly. Oh, I couldn't quite see what that was because of the laser. That still happens a lot to me, and I'm still pissed every time. Hey, you're already in the end phase, don't do that shit. Yeah. By the way, just because I said I was gonna try not to read too much chat during an attempt doesn't mean you guys can't chat, by the way, so feel free to to type shit if you feel like it. Obviously, it's fine to just lurk as well, I just wanted to throw that out there. I couldn't see that that was happening, my lord. That's a difficult spot to deal with. You can kinda do that, but it's really hard, and I'm not very consistent at it. So me getting it earlier means I didn't have enough health to fuck it up. Can't speak anymore. You took the bait, idiot. Time to get banned for speaking in chat. Being up close for the radio spirit seems rough. Yeah, I can, like, I'm not able to identify them quickly enough, but as you can see there, they are dodgeable adjacent, at least. And if it's, like, really bad, I could always just dash away, in theory. Practice and theory are sometimes a little different in this case, but... that laser beam was not a great spot, and I didn't really have that much to do about it. That spawned right where I was, and I had very much trouble solving because of the fucking bright on bright on bright on bright bullshit. I fucked up, whoops. So I clip earlier, you could probably too high the game thing in the next phase savings the void up to cover the entire screen. Goddamn, that sounds very fucked up. You do actually want to intentionally pogo that high during last phase. There's a third phase in this fight, sorry spoilers. Unlike the previous one where the climbing section leads to the end, there's another phase and you just die if you're not ready for it. It's not that bad some of the time, but it's a little tricky. Lipo is very rude, yeah, they do that a lot. Like, I feel like I'm making a lot of progress in this fight in terms of, like, getting better at it. Like, I'm progressing pretty quickly, I feel like, but at the same time, I am still so far from anything even remotely considered, like, consistent or something. Like, I still feel so much of it boils down to what attacks I'm getting and what times and whatever. Like, the difficulty of this fight can just spike so heavily. Okay, spikes because there's spikes in here. I was thinking that took longer for some reason, the transition, but we're basically full HP. So we can full heal here, so we have 2 attacks this time. Or 2 hits that we can tank. Let's fucking go! So I run over here and hope it spawns nearby here. I don't know if it's like good or bad, or if there's better spots or worse spots, I don't know. Oh, I went through the platform! Usually the platforms block the fireballs. I thought it was in a good spot there. I couldn't tell. I am fucking stupid. The way I've read that's good to dodge those laser beam attacks is to always go where the previous laser was. It can't hit the same spot twice in a row, basically. But for some reason, I still sometimes try to jump into the empty spot. Like, oh, I'm going near where the laser was, that seems right. And then I just get sniped because I'm fucking stupid. No one absolute radiance? Probably, yeah. To be fair, and I I feel a little dumb saying this because I'm obviously not even killing it with fully upgraded nail and without any bindings or whatever. I feel like you very much could do this because spells, haha. Like all of the nail upgrades, if you're literally just going for base nail, your game doesn't actually change that much. Like you can still kill shit really quickly because your nail gives the same amount of soul regardless of what damage it does. So you can, if you're spending more spells, very much still do a ton of damage in this game, even at base nail. So yeah, sometimes I'm just getting these basically completely hitless phase 1s, and other times I die in phase 1 and feel like, goddamn, there's not really much I can do. Oh, very good luck. I'm gonna stay here. I wanted to dash to the left, but I fucked up the input. I have to go to the right because of the laser beam. That was a very late attack, I wasn't ready for that. I got my double jump back so alive. I could have healed here from one, but it's not really doing anything. Okay, we're leaving. We can technically heal a little bit here on the phase transition, depending on where you are when it teleports away. But it didn't really matter, because we could have only, at most, I think, healed 3 points before the floor disappears, and with that we would still be at 4 HP total, which is still one-shot range, so it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, spells are really good. If you watch any, like, speedruns or whatever, they abuse the shit out of spells, and for good reason, because their damage is very high, and they don't even have that much of a downside. That is so fast, I don't know how to do with that sometimes. And the worst part about it is I can't even sit there and just like, oh, I see the glowing thing, I should dash just to be safe. Because if I dash and then it's doing something else, or like the lasers are misaligned, I might just as well dash into a completely different attack. So even like using the invincibility of the dash as a safety net isn't really particularly guaranteed to help you. Oh, that was not nice. So the spikes on the ground also only do 2 damage rather than full 4. Which is very kind. So we can do full 6 heals here and be full health. Not my favorite spot. Sometimes they shoot 3 here, and I don't know why. And sometimes they shoot 4, I should've. Oh, that was it already? Oh, never mind, it wasn't. I got baited because I was so far away. I thought I was far enough to the left, I'm okay. I couldn't quite tell where I had to be there. I just sent the spell in hopes that it would cancel the attack and teleport away. Any spells give you iframes? Yes, Descending Dark, the downwards one, does give you iframes. The issue is, at least for me, I know it's really good and I tend to abuse it here and there for that purpose. The attacks often linger so long on your hitbox that at the end of the spell you get hit anyway. Like, you can't chain like Descending Dark into another Descending Dark, for example. I think you could technically dash and get out of dodge, but you can't always dash spacing-wise. Like, you often just dash into the next attack, basically, if you do that. I'm just being fucking stupid, although. So it is really good, like it has a very large amount of iframes and is a very powerful spell, so don't get me wrong, it's definitely something that you should be using. But I am not very good at using it at the right time. It also has some startup, like before the spell actually activates and makes you invincible, you have to start diving basically before the invincibility activates. can dash out of spots without grabbing into iframes? I don't know. I think you have enough iframes after Descending Dark to maybe get out, but I, again, have not successfully done it very much, and I've also not tried aggressively, so I don't know. I think it works, because it's on paper supposed to be a really good defensive thing, but I keep getting it, so I don't know. And I, again, haven't extensively tested it. I couldn't. Okay, approved. So, these shots also do 4 damage. And they're very fast. Which makes this climb fucking horrible. Got him. So the trick there and why that works is that you can... the projectiles disappear when they try to leave the screen. So you can use the top of the screen as a protective wall. You can like pogo off of the thing up to the very top and avoid attacks that way. Which makes that last phase a little scary, especially if you don't have enough health for another hit, which means not very likely. So it's spooky, but it is pretty consistent. You can fuck it up if you like double jump or dash at the wrong time and like it teleports away and whatever, and you miss your opportunity to pogo. Oops, not quite the right spot. Then you can still fail, and once you go low enough, especially if you then have also spent your moving abilities to try and get into the red spot, you're probably just gonna get shot to death by the homing projectiles. But yeah, it's pretty consistent, so if you do get up there, I feel like your chances are pretty good. It really is mostly phase 2 that is terrifying, like the platform phase in the middle. That one is not okay. I walked into that like a freaking idiot. So the reason I walked to the right there instead of doing what I previously said I was supposed to do is, like, I wanted to be under it so I can use the spell afterwards, so I wanted to get a little closer for full damage. Instead of just going to where the last projectile was and being safe. Or the last laser was, I should say. It's not really a projectile, is it? The curving has not ever really fucked me particularly much, but it's always super fucking scary. I almost died. I didn't double jump in time, God damn it. That was a good opening. I always, like, when I started doing these bosses, when you challenge one, it goes tink as though you like hit armor or hit a wall or whatever. And I've never understood to this point why does it tink as though you did something wrong, because in my brain that's the "oh, you're hitting something you're not supposed to be hitting" sort of sound effect. So I hate still, for some reason, even after all these attempts of various bosses, I still hate that every time I challenge something, it goes dink after the battle starts like that. That feels like a really bad... Oh, I thought I had enough time. Really bad noise for the confirm that, yeah, you're doing the thing. Like, you get the swing as my character draws his weapon, and then tink as though I'm hitting metal or something that I'm not supposed to be hitting right afterwards, and I don't know why it does the tink, it feels out of place to me. Like, that doesn't feel like the, okay, it's fight time, or it doesn't sound like a fucking bell ringing for like, okay, we're summoning the boss or whatever, right? It's just, it's a pretty weird little noise that feels basically like a bug, or at least it feels a little out of place, I don't know. Cheeky. I'm sending a lot of these today, huh? Ah, the fucking floor spikes were still there, and I probably had time to dash a little higher. One thing that's unique about this boss, or I don't know if it's unique, but it is very rare. It might be unique. Is that it itself doesn't have a collision box where you die if you touch it. Like, its body is not an active hitbox, basically. So I can dash through the thing, so I could have just jumped further left and dodged the sword wall a little later. That was still possible. I also still had my shade cloak, so I didn't need to be that paranoid about dodging it anyway. I was not far enough to the left. That was really typical of me. I was being greedy and wanted to make the fireball go into the floor very quickly. I'm realizing also, as I did that last Howling Race thingy, that I should be... I should not be using spells until the spike part of the first phase. Like, I think halfway through the first phase or something, it starts spawning those spikes on the ground. And that's where the fight gets really tricky, because the spikes sometimes just get in your way really badly. So I should not be wasting my soul until that phase. And if I use my soul earlier, not only is it like a little bit wasted essentially, but it also makes that part of the fight come faster, which is the part where I die. I almost died, holy shit. That was very, very fortunate that the falling swords had a gap right there. I was not dodging that properly. You went through the floor there, you did go solid. I am stupid, that was a terrible jump. I wanted to lure it higher up because so the projectiles are annoying. They break on touching any platform or the ground or reaching the edge of the screen. However, if it's really early in their lifespan, they instead go through platforms. So I wanted that guy to not just like follow me down towards the ground, because I thought that spawn was so low that it wasn't going to disappear on touching the ground there. So I wanted to jump to bait it to go a little higher first, giving it more travel time and then making it so it disappears on the ground rather than coming back to haunt me in a second. Like, kind of what I did with that guy there, where I lure him upwards first before he comes back down to the ground. So I had to get away from the spikes and then I was not quite positioned correctly. Damn, if Knight was a little bit smaller, maybe I could have ducked that, oh my god. But yeah, I wanted the fireball to curve away from the ground for a second before coming back to the platform, so it doesn't come back to haunt me, basically. Because I felt like it was low enough that it wouldn't disappear. I do kinda like the projectiles. I wish, but it's the Radiant, so I'm not gonna quite complain about it as much as with some of the other fights, because like it's clearly like a major part of the boss's design. I wish it was less like bright on bright bullshit, where like you can't really see things most of the time. Yeah, like, again, it makes sense for this fight specifically, that it's like, oh, it's so bright, oh, it's blinding, blah blah, that sort of shit, right? So I'm not hating it as much as with some of the other fights, but I do still obviously wish I could see the attacks a little bit better. Especially the fireballs are nasty, and also the laser beams are pretty hard to see sometimes. Ah, I didn't have enough room. Yeah, again, I feel like it's an intended part of the fight rather than just accidentally having the art design get in the way of the gameplay. But I don't know. Like when it starts glowing and it either does its spears or its laser beams, that part is kind of fine. Like that part I don't mind as much. For me it's really mostly the projectiles. The beams are more of a thing when they're far away, or when it is far away rather for me. It was too slow. Yeah, I mean when those homing projectiles spawn, those I find are, well, not super hard to see if you're not doing anything else or focusing on anything else, but the main problem, like with most of these complaints that I've had about visibility, is less, oh, I'm locked in, I'm looking at the screen exactly where the projectiles are, I can track them, and more like you're looking at 15 things and you want to keep track of something without focusing specifically just on that thing. And for that, I find the orange glowy balls to be a little obnoxious, especially while they're spawning. Once they're on the screen, it's fine, but the spawn locations matter because they start hurting you the moment they appear. It's not like they're intangible for a bit or anything. So you need to be able to avoid their spawn locations, but the way they glow while spawning is not really laid out for that. Partially that. I think it's particularly mean that they can very occasionally spawn on you and do basic. Yeah, that's you missed a couple very upset, very whingy cube streams while you were gone. There was a boss in particular that loved spawning projectiles exactly where you're going, like literal pixels away or possibly directly under your ass. And I was not very pleased with that. So yeah, I'm not pointing that out because I've pointed that out often enough in other situations. Like, that's not a standout part of this particular fight. The other thing, or of this particular fight rather, that like happens relatively rarely, thankfully. Because, well, mostly because there's so much other shit that's killing me, I suppose. Like, it's not... like... Yeah, I think it's a matter of scale. Most of my deaths aren't to, oh, they spawned the projectile under me. Whereas in some of the other, well, one of the other fights mostly, a lot of my deaths were to it spawning a projectile basically directly under me or my exact path in a way that I couldn't really avoid afterwards. So just by virtue of how much that killed me there, it feels much worse, and it feels way less worse here. To save my dash eventually. I don't know why I'm doing that, that was really stupid. I can never act first like that. Even if it phase transitions, I think this fight has the boss always finish its attack before you go to the next phase. I think you can skip the end of a phase by triggering the damage threshold. Like earlier I had an attempt where I was... like, I had hit the boss enough so that the platforms, like in the second phase, the platforms to go upwards had already spawned, but it had just started another attack. So I was literally sitting there dodging the attack, waiting for the attack to finish, and then afterwards it left immediately. So it will always finish its own attack first, you can't just like quickly burst it to move on to the next phase and skip the rest of an attack that might be otherwise difficult to deal with. So I can't ever really afford to just YOLO do some damage to get the phase over with. That as well. Look, I was already, like, I hadn't hit it a single time and it just went from a normal attack into the, oh, I'm actually leaving by. phase transition there. So I had done enough damage from basically before it even started summoning projectiles, and it still summoned all of the projectiles before we got to move on. So that is a little dicey. Up there this time, we're doing spears. I reacted too slow because I was still scouting the spawn location of the other one. Especially like in this attempt where it spawned projectiles at the on its own body while I was also there hitting it. It is really hard to see where the projectiles spawn. Like the first spawn was, I'm glad I even saw it at all basically. I find that this is pretty common of a thing. Crossing its borders really, yeah, that is very, very tricky. When it came back down, I should have seen that coming. Like, I should be able to just predict the pattern, or the movement rather, well enough that that shouldn't ever really catch me off guard. I thought the other one was gonna smack the ground, but I jumped too early, so it didn't have enough height. That's the thing, that I don't mind the projectiles themselves. I find these homing projectiles pretty fun. Like, they're a good mechanic to dodge, in my opinion. Because the way they orbit you, or the way they chase you, is very manageable. Like, you can manipulate them and control them pretty well. Which, in turn means, as long as it's already in motion and it's not spawning on top of me, or it's not invisible, it's really my fault when I get to play those. Like, you have so much control and influence over where exactly they fly, and how high they're gonna be, and all that sort of shit, that feels... Oh, it feels like a pretty fun part of the thing. When my camera is facing to the right, and I then start moving left to reach the fucking boss, and it spawns, or it spawned the swords, but they were so far on the left that I couldn't see them, and then my camera pans over, and so suddenly I have way less time to react to them, and ideally I'm also yapping or not looking for a sword specifically. It is so hard to avoid them. Like, I felt like I had so little time to dodge them there. It's pretty annoying. It's my fault though, I should be expecting them when I haven't seen an attack in a bit. It was too early. I had like a couple of frames still from my shade cloak being bugged. It is funny how when I first fought this thing yesterday, I was not dodging the laser beam basically at all. It felt really hard to find the relatively small timing, it felt like, to get through it. Like, oh, it's like kind of hard, it's kind of fuzzy. But then like I started practicing the fight today, and just like, yeah, this is kind of the easiest part of the entire fight. Oops, I'm dead. Same with the falling swords. Like, when we tried it yesterday briefly, the falling swords, or rather just the swords coming from the top of the screen while you're ending the first phase, for example, or even just during the first phase, were so hard to dodge. Like, I was not doing well at that at all. That felt like, oh my god, that's so hard to do, that's so impossible. And like, after you do it a little bit, it's like, yeah, okay, this is like not actually that out of the part at all. So there's definitely a lot of like improving and skill developing in these attempts still. That was a mean version of that attack. I needed to wait a little longer. If I had gone to the bottom right a little bit there before dashing, I would have actually been fine. I think. Apparently, I need to actively try that once. I haven't actively tried that, but I read that you can make the spikes temporarily disappear by doing the dive on top of them, like it makes them retract or something for a little bit. So I should try that sometimes, but I find it so hard to even find an opportunity to dive is the thing. Like, my dive timing is just terrible in general, like I just talked about earlier, with it also on paper being like a really good defensive move, and me not really using it at all. When they make the openings so high, it's really mean. Yep, it does make them disappear indeed. I am fucking stupid. I was actually mentally drifting off. God damn it. I had just used my dash just to move to the right, so I had to wait for the invincibility to come back. And it happened to do the fucking swords from the top that I could hardly even see with the fucking laser passing along the screen as well, so that was probably not happening. There was also not even a big gap where I was dashing, so I don't know. That might have still been possible if I'd gone very far to the left, like basically wandered off stage and then dashed through, but that was really, really hard. Very bad spot. Whoa, that didn't touch the ground, what the fuck? I followed perfectly that line. See, I was looking at the ground, not at myself while I was attacking it, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm roughly there-ish, so if I just move to the left, I should be able to walk outside of the range of the laser, not understanding that I was in fact in the air on top of the boss, and just moving to the left would make me perfectly line up with the trajectory of that laser. So I should have just like let go of any of the fucking directions just to fucking fall to the ground, would have been fine, but unlucky. Spawn. I dashed again to the right there to get off of the spikes, because I was on the spikes for a little longer than I felt comfortable. And that meant I had to dodge a laser beam right after, of course, with Shade Cloak on cooldown, so that made it a lot more spicy all of a sudden, even though otherwise the situation was fine. What? We're doing this? I couldn't see. I'm gonna chill over here for a sec. I almost killed myself. I jumped perfectly into that and I didn't react at all. I should have... I don't think my reaction time would have been good enough. I probably shouldn't have predictively jumped. I was at a decent angle for the swords, so I should have just stayed where I was. I for some reason was just worried about the laser, but I don't dodge the laser by jumping there anyway, because I need to figure out where the fuck it's even going. So that was just a bad panic jump. That was... I guess I could have technically dashed to the side rather than take that last hit, but my timing wasn't... I don't know, maybe I could have also just Descending Dart predictably, just to play it safe. Yeah, I probably needed to D-Dark there. It's rough. I fucking fingers were too slow. I wasn't facing to the left yet. That was also gonna be really tight because there was almost no space between me and the sword. So I needed to press like left for 1 frame, or ideally at the exact same frame as I pressed dash, and it was just like a tiny bit off. And I think there was no more recovering after that. I don't know if I can pogo the spears mid-pair actually. I've never tried that. Like those swords, I should say. You do clink off of them. I thought I had more time. Is it just me, or do the spears... Wait, maybe the spears come out when the attack is finished and it's moving on rather than after a certain amount of time. Sometimes it feels like I have a hell of a lot of time before the spears actually come out and kill me, and sometimes it feels like they come out a little faster. Maybe they poke up after the thing moves and not after a certain amount of time, and I'm just being fucking stupid and not realizing them. Because in that case, I need to leave way earlier in situations like that. I don't know. Please stop making them so high. Well, that is what happened there. Why does it feel like sometimes they just teleport onto the screen rather than start at the very edge of it? Like, sometimes they feel so much faster. Maybe I'm just not noticing. Maybe it's like too far out of the corner of my vision and I just can't see that far flightways or something, I don't know. So much trouble saying that. I'm so lucky. Very bad series of attacks we're getting here. I just did that because I ran out of patience. That was stupidly risky and I should not have done that. That would have been murder. It's gonna start hurting from like, keeping them open too long and also looking at too many bright things. I couldn't see where that was exactly because of the fucking dumbass laser wall. Oh, I was so close to not being in that as well. Like, oh, fuck me. Dude, again, it's the point of that particular room. They intentionally obviously made it wider than normal, but fuck me, the fact that you just have to accept that it's gonna be off screen and doing weird shit, and you have to approach it blindly, praying that you can deal with whatever the fuck is coming up, is honestly so messed up, man. That is so annoying. Like, there's not even good audio cues. Maybe there are, and I'm just bad because I'm not on headphones right now. I couldn't quite tell because everything was so fucking glowy there, and I didn't want to just randomly dash on prediction because then I'll dash into something and die. I should have probably D-Darked there, I guess. I need to weave that into my gameplay more. When I recognize something as like particularly nasty, I should just try to D-Dark and hope that the iframes allow me to survive or something like that. Maybe I need to just stay further away, I guess, rather than going in for that. But if it was the lasers, I couldn't have seen that either because of the fucking wall. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid. Like, that wall was exactly on top of the sword that ended up hitting me. Like, it covered perfectly the entire approach angle of that fucking sword. Why? That looked so weird to me for some reason. Like, the way the sword spawned, I just... whatever. Ugh. I wish I could skip this so I can save literal time of my life as well as... like, you know, my eyes and my patience and my sanity a little bit. I fucking hate it here. Oh, I wanted to dash to get off the fucking spikes because it felt like I had been on there for fucking 800 centuries. So I was like, I need to get out of here. Of course, there's a fucking wall on the left side. And then I read this. I'd rather stare into this fucking blinding light. Goddamn. How dare you? I could not tell where that sword was for some reason. Why am I doing this in this manner? Why am I doing that? The spikes came so early. How the fuck? What do you mean, man? I guess I need to just D-Dark. If there's an attack that kind of imprisons me over spikes, I need to just immediately, like, D-Dark and call it a day, I guess. Ugh. Look, I mean, I guess I could have technically done that, but fuck me, that was hard. That was a very, very, very nasty combination of attacks there, fuck me. I saw the double spikes on both sides, understanding that it was phase transition, so it spawned offset, and I was, instead of understanding immediately, wait, fuck, this is still the danger zone, I was instead confused. Like, wait, why is it spawning offset? Clearly it's in the last phase, why is it not in the middle of the screen? Well, the answer is obvious, fucking idiot, it's still doing a normal attack, you complete moron, just... Why is this surprising to you? Just lock the fuck in, idiot. Why? Okay, sure. I, for some reason, never expected to open with the laser beams. I feel like that's so rare. Well, a good thing I wasted 10 seconds of my life waiting for the fight to start for that one. That was so greedy. Yeah, man, like, look, dude, I think you may need to give me some space here and there. Just, like, a little bit of less go fuck yourself with that fucking projectile chasing me for another 18 minutes after the other ones had already despawned. Plus sword wall, plus spikes, plus L, plus ratio, plus maidenless, plus voidless. But not hitless, unfortunately. I mean, D-Dark, just D-Dark, 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 D-Dark. You're probably gonna get sniped right after, but at least it gives you a fighting chance rather than basically being completely locked in from horizontal spikes plus spears below you. So just D-Dark, that makes the spikes go away, and then you have like a 1% chance of survival instead of a 0.01% chance, I guess. Because as luck would have it, there's probably gonna be a fucking sword just falling directly on top of you, but hey, that's... I guess slightly better odds than no odds or whatever. What? That projectile just despawned, come on. I saw it vanish right before it hit me. Also, that was fucked up. Ah, for fuck's sake. I was a little greedy. I saw the beam that was like directly to my left there, and I thought, if I just walk on that, that's gonna be fine. Even though there are spikes there, if I do a little hop, I can probably get over them. But nope, the follow-up beam was exactly on the angle that led me above the spikes, so there was instead no chance, and I should have just been patient. But I'm not patient because I'm fucking tilted from having to sit here and watch this fucking opening 500 billion fucking times and losing literal years of my life to sitting here staring at a blinding bright screen while I'm waiting for the video game to fucking start. down. I wanted to get roughly towards where the previous laser was because I didn't trust myself to react to the fucking, like, laser that was gonna spawn right on top of me, and instead I just fucking get sniped. Words of wisdom is not what you're gonna find in this button. If they're coming from me, there can't be words of wisdom. Unfortunately, I don't think a wise man would ever do this in their fucking lives. Just, wise people just say no. See, if I can't get to a line that's safe, then it's just fucking mean, you know? Like, you can't do that to me again. I mean, you can evidently, but... Wow, we're making it to phase 2, it's been a while. I feel like we've been having some horrendous RNG with attacks recently, but I've also been pretty greedy in trying to limit toast quite a bit, so... If I start playing it a little safer again, we should get to more phase 2s and eventually maybe win this just through luck. Why fucking suck ass? I was so not ready. God damn it. That was such a good start with the triple race. Fuck me, I'm stupid. I could have had that. I was like, it waited so long with that attack that I was looking at the right side of the screen thinking there has to be a wall or some sorts coming sometime. There's no way I'm getting this long of a break after you just teleported there before you do any attacks. You're doing some other bullshit. And since you can't see, at the end of the day, you just have to make educated guesses like that. And apparently I guess wrong. I'm okay. And splitting my attention there led to my immediate downfall. I couldn't quite tell where the projectile was. When I saw it appear right on top of me, I started to panic and dashed while I was very slightly too far to the right. So the spikes that were still there just fucking killed me. I have an idea actually. This game has brightness settings, right? Let me do this. So my eyes don't explode. We're entering dark mode radiance. I shouldn't have tried. I should have just accepted that I wasn't gonna hit it for another 15 minutes. Fight and mood darken. It's not even just the mood, it's literally that I find fucking being flashbanged over and over and over again by a game to be fucking obnoxious. Like, I genuinely think this is really nasty. Like, it's... Sure, if you're doing it for the first time and whatever, great, but look how many times this game just fucking full bright turns your screen to like actual just white. It's not even like, oh, there's something bright happening. Like, no, it's just a full white screen. If that even happens every now and then, people meme about that. And like, I'm getting this like multiple times a minute currently because of the fucking... This is a fucking maximum bright transition. The fight has me trying to lock in laser focus with my eyes on something that is aggressively bright and shiny the entire time. This transition is pure bright. This starts glowing very bright and flashing before it appears. Then we get the fucking title screen, which is pure white. Like, it's actually, I am confident, really bad for the eyes to try and fucking learn this fight, dude. Like, I'm confident that this is actually damaging to your eyes over time. Obviously, like, fucking just turn your monitor on or whatever, but that's essentially what I'm doing right now. I just took a bit of a risk there that I didn't need to take. Oh, what a kind spawn, thank you again. I say that as I'm getting booted by a very nasty attack button. Why? There's a fucking massive fucking bright beam covering exactly the part where I am currently trying to dodge projectiles, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Yeah, I literally cannot make my room any brighter right now, is the worst part. Like, I do need a new lamp, and that's kind of on me for not having a very bright room, but at the same time, like, it's just... Ugh. Like, I literally even have a fucking bike lamp shining directly into my face for lighting purposes, although it's like dampened slightly, so it's not like that bad, but... Like, that is less bad than the fucking screen flashing white all the time. Could you spawn these any more obnoxiously, you piece of shit? And another fucking minute of my life wasted with opening. This opening is actually like fucking 18 seconds long. What the fuck? I thought I was overstating it when I was complaining. I'm stupid and a little greedy and also mostly dumb. But it does actually, like, losing a fight literally costs me like 22 seconds of my life before I can try again. That is so ass. Like, genuinely, that's the sort of shit that I think if you're making a boss rush mode, like if this is a mod and it's like triggering the boss fight every time, okay, sure, that's just live. Or if this is me trying the story boss, it's still not great, but sure, whatever. But if you're making a boss rush mode in a game, or you're allowing me to refight a boss over and over and over again for the purpose, the explicit purpose, by the way, of no-hit fighting the boss, maybe take into consideration that players will actually have to try your boss every fucking... goddammit, over and over again. And give them the opportunity to maybe not sit there and waste hours of their life with just openings accumulating. Because it's not like I'm doing anything or seeing anything interesting here. In fact, I have been closing my eyes a lot of the time to not get fucking flashbanged into becoming actually blind IRL. Ah, fuck, that was dumb. I should have dodged that differently. I should have done my usual pattern where I jump up there again, but that wastes so much time and is also a little hard to do and feels dicey, but I think it's consistent and just a little more scary looking. There's actually a light on me. You can see the background slightly illuminating when I go left and right between those colors. Neat. I thought I was far enough away, and I didn't want to stay under the light pillar or behind the light pillar because I can't see shit where it is, so I figured if I'm following the light pillar after dodging through it, then I'll get sniped by a laser beam that I can't see because it's hidden behind the light pillar. Instead, I try to walk to the right, and then I get sniped by a laser beam that I could hardly see because it was behind the light pillar. Very good. Lost the fucking 50-50, my bad. I could have technically reacted with another fucking dash, but I'm old, so have some fucking leniency, please, game. Just a tiny little bit. Also, I need to be fucking way more patient. I've just been non-stop tilting. Or at least, like, maybe not tilting per se, but I've been, like, very aggressive, and I need to stop pushing the envelope on damage all the time and instead just focus on staying alive more. I am bad. Didn't hold jump long enough. You can go through these without dashing. I wanted to do that there because I was afraid of another attack coming at the same time, which isn't that reasonable. It's not doing that usually, so I shouldn't have tried preserving my Shade Cloak dash through that, but I also didn't feel super comfortable. The main reason you preserve your Shade Cloak dash in that attack is because the follow-up wall might be so high that you can't manage to... Or well, you could technically, but like jumping through it or jumping that high just to get the dash is risky. So I kind of want to dash there only if I need to. I couldn't see where that was. I needed to D-dive. God damn it. It spawned the projectile to the far left of it. I thought it was doing something else and I couldn't identify the attack because it spawned so far off screen. And then the fucking spikes below me meant I was in a really bad spot and I tried to dash through the projectiles over to the left, but I couldn't get far enough away, and then I'm in a fucking unwinnable spot at that point because there's too many homing projectiles on the screen and there's spikes below me. Great. I was being so patient into that, like I dropped so many damage opportunities just for consistency. Wow, we made it to phase 2. Incredible. We had some really good RNG this time, to be fair. Haven't been here in a while, we're gonna get fucking bodied. Look, I needed to guess where the swords were gonna be, and then I felt like I had to dash because I was afraid. Oh, that was a terrible dash. God damn it. I mean... Oh, thank fuck this middle phase triggered there. That was gonna be a nightmare to get out of in that situation. Damn it, Void, why don't you just grab properly? I needed to jump lower. God damn it. I was doing so well. I was patient, I was calm, I was collected, I was gaming. Maybe I should try to get some distance if it's doing swords so close to me. But it's hard because I need to make distance on an attack then that starts curving as it goes further away from the boss. Which makes it very, very dicey. Wait, I walked back into it too early, god damn it. I had dodged it and then walked back into the box. See, that situation earlier there with the fireballs though is why I like the fireballs as an attack. It's so dynamic. I can't really... Or well, you probably can come up with a very consistent pattern for most of these, but since they spawn randomly, but they behave predictably once they have spawned, you have to very dynamically adjust what you're doing and how you're manipulating them and how you're avoiding them. And that makes them pretty fun. I find them very enjoyable in the context of there not being 15 other things on the screen that are a little bullshitty when combined. I am fucking stupid. I was trying to get that hit and then dash, and then I just forgot to press dash after I got the hit. Also, that would have possibly been a really bad dash anyway, so I should have just accepted that I wasn't gonna get another hit there, but I'm impatient. I really need to just stop being so aggressive in phase 1. It's annoying. I'm usually the kind of idiot that once I find that I can get a couple cheeky hits in, I'm going to go for them even if it's hard. Like on Nightmare King Grim, for example, I always try to do the fucking double hit on all of his melee attacks, for example, because you can and I know how to, and I technically am pretty decent at it. Like, I can be relatively consistent at it, so of course I want to do it because, hey, it's free damage, why not, you know? Like, you gotta optimize that shit. But it's not like I'm optimizing the rest of the fight by just fucking dying early, so... Sometimes just accepting that you're not gonna get the large amount of damage, even though you're technically capable of it, is probably better just to be consistent. And I know this in theory, but in practice actually doing it is a little hard. That's a nasty ass spawn. That was not a swords pattern I could do after having used my double jump and my dash already. GG's. I could have maybe de-darked. Oh, I'm on a Sunnote, I think. I think I accidentally went up there one. Goodbye, bot. Oh, I can jump off the platform, okay. Let me out! I wanna flee! Let's just take a hit, and if we die, then we're... Well, There's no way I can... Yeah, okay, I accidentally chose the difficulty, but then well, at least it's not gonna take long. I'm gonna go to the bathroom here a bit. Fleeing persecution. Hell yeah. Okay. I forgot to change difficulty. Why? How did I even manage to set it one too high anyway? I wonder if it's faster to alter for the game and start again, because the opening is so obnoxiously slow. Actually just being dumb though. God damn, I am annoyed. Oh no, I have been hit. You're gonna miss me. Oh, at least that can miss me. Bruh. Bruh. Okay, here we go. New strats uncovered. Just stand still, lol. Oh, I'm not tapped in. There. Correct difficulty. See, it's easy, yeah. Turns out not moving was the secret strat all along. Yeah. Why would I walk there? I'm fucking stupid. Well, here we go. Another 20 seconds down the drain, just like that. Okay, what are we doing today? I should open some fucking joke page or something and start reading out dumbass jokes randomly. Although then inadvertently kind of vindicate Spectacles' dumb punnery. Wild punnery even. I mean... That didn't make the spikes disappear. I couldn't properly see it, and then when I saw it, I saw a wall of spikes and I instinctively jumped rather than dashed. I also don't think I could have even dashed to the right there. I think I was still too close to the wall of fucking lasers. So I played with Lies of P during the loading. I do not own Lies of P, I still haven't played it. I hear very good things about it, and I'm definitely the sort of person that should play it at some point, but I have for some reason never gotten around to doing it. I don't know when. I was considering, like, pulling up some game and just playing that during the loading, but 20-second intervals, as annoying as they are as, like, intro cutscenes— I am the GOAT, by the way— as annoying as they are as intro cutscenes, they're not actually long enough for me to do anything. So to play some Slay the Spire or whatever, I could maybe play like one card and then it's back to... I can't fucking see, man, help. God damn it. So yeah, I hear it's pretty good overall for like people that like Soulscan over, or maybe more the like mainstream audience. A friend of mine has played it and was, I think, pretty happy with it, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll probably play it eventually at some point maybe. See, it did focus like I was there. I don't know when it was there and when it didn't. I am bad. I'm fine. No, I was clutching and then I realized too late that I just used my Shade Cloak to get back to the fucking platform. God damn it. That was a very annoying series of events. And I died to losing my patience. I was doing okay, but there's a lot of mental stress to keep going during that platforming phase when the thing keeps fucking leaving the entire time. Man, it is so obnoxious. Just get closer to me, come back here. Whoa, I moved too early, goddammit. I saw, like, I had mentally already signed off on the previous position that I was in, like, yep, seems good, and then I was looking at the next row, and I was already adjusting for the next row. There's a sword. Hello? Still there. I wonder if that's gonna fuck with anything. Watch me have to dodge through that sort of area and then die to the sword hanging out there. It's one of the spiral swords, so maybe it goes away when it does the next spiral sword move. Nope. Okay, sword is gone. Maybe it was an omen, maybe this is the run. Maybe it was the sword of good luck. I mean, doesn't start off very particularly good lucky in my opinion. Holy shit. I fucking suck, goddammit. I still get hit so much during that climb, it's so terrifying. Because the issue is I don't want to use my dash, because if I use my dash I'm locked in an animation where, or like I'm locked in a position, and I will have to immediately move back to the nearest platform and try to recover. So I am basically 100% making myself vulnerable to bad luck if I ever use my dash, which is why I'm trying to do all of these while double jumping without like wall jumps and dashes and whatever. Because both of those essentially lock you into a follow-up move that you can't really... I hate when you do that. Those two were so close together at that sort of angle, that was fucking not nice. But yeah, it's very risky to use your dash, I feel like, in that, so I'm not willing to pull the trigger unless I feel like I absolutely need to, and then I, like, overload it there. I also do this stupid fucking thing still, even though I keep telling myself I shouldn't do it, where I think, oh, it's fired in the same spot multiple times. At some point it has to fire somewhere else, because I am somewhere else, so clearly it should also move where it's firing, right? But that's not how that works. It doesn't need to do jack shit. I can fire on the same spot 500 times for all it cares, I think. So I need to not think that, but it's a pretty instinctive thing to say eventually it's gotta stop at some point, right? I think it's just human nature. So you gotta kind of fight what your brain is telling. Ah, that was a very fast vertical sword after the horizontal swords. I was not ready. God damn it. But yeah, it's annoyingly tricky. I feel like it shouldn't be, and it's also a little bit of an age check maybe, that I'm just like not reacting properly. I definitely should have panic fired the dash there, probably, but I don't know. It's hard to be consistent about that, because you also don't get to practice it very much, obviously, because you have to go through all this garbage. I was going to go to the left, realized, oh, there are spikes that are going to appear when I can least use it. Let me instead look to the right, see if I'm far enough away from a dash distance. And before I was ready to press the button, because I wanted to make sure that I don't dash right into the next laser, I got it by the previous laser, so unlucky. Or not the previous laser, but like the same laser, so it just was a little too much. It was a little too slow. You fucking sack of shit. To be fair, that's a little greedy of me, but it usually moves the beams quite a bit. Like, I feel like very often you get away with that if you're close to where the previous laser was. At this time, though, it didn't rotate by all that much, so I just got fucking snapped again. Which wouldn't be an issue in most reasonably good games, because you could just, like, skip this part instead of having to waste 20 seconds of your life every single fucking time. But we don't do that here in our boss rush. We design a boss rush and we skip on all the fun quality of life stuff that people might enjoy when they're having to grind a difficult challenge for no hit that you yourself implemented into the game. I was not ready for the lasers. I had such a string of obnoxious fucking garbage to dodge there that I was not ready. I am annoyed at some of these patterns, man. It feels so annoying in the sense that you sometimes have an attempt that's like on a difficulty scale of like 1 to 10 as like a 7. Other times you have an attempt that's like an attempt that's like a 2 out of 10. It's like, oh cool, this is pretty free, nice, I can do this, I'm getting better at this fight. And then sometimes you get an 11 out of 10, where it's just doing the most obnoxious shit in combination, or in a series, and does not give you any fucking openings. Like how I was constantly teleporting over the fucking spikes there, where I essentially can't fight them. Like, that was a very average difficulty phase one, that was fine. But then the previous 2 attempts were both like 9 to 10 out of 10 for no reason. Just, hey, you rolled poorly on the attack pattern, get fucked. And it's worse here, because in addition to the attacks, it's also the position of the fucking boss itself. I couldn't see shit, man. I need to have my eyes on the fucking light wall so I can dodge through it. So I dodge through the light wall. I then jump up to see what the boss might be cooking at this very moment. I have no idea. It could be literally anything. Who knows? Not me. And then I immediately fucking die. Just... great. Fantastic. Like, there's so much variance. There's absolute variance. Just... I mean... I knew these were coming because it hesitated a little bit before teleporting away. I felt like I had to desperately move though because there were spikes, and I still haven't figured out when exactly the fucking spikes start. Because sometimes it feels like they start super soon, and sometimes I feel like they take fucking forever to activate. So I don't know. Like, even just looking at the opening, how many hits I sometimes get in a row, basically uncontested, versus how hard it sometimes is just off the rip. The worst part about that is that on some level it feels like I'm not really doing this no-hit stuff to get good, but to eventually just get to the run where I'm really lucky. I feel like I am already competent enough, not saying I'm particularly good at it, but like I'm competent enough that if you give me a really good attempt with like a lot of luck, I can get this. This is fine. Like I can dodge most of these attacks pretty consistently. So if you just give me a lucky enough attempt, I might do it. Is that because I fucking got good enough? Is it because I'm now consistent at the fight? No, I just got really lucky in that case. And that just kind of cheapens even the accomplishment if you do get it, you know? Like, it just makes it feel worse. I am getting a little better at looking for the bullshit, to be fair. Like, there, while the wall is coming, I was already, like, deciding I am looking at the very top of the screen to try and find where the swords are coming, even though the wall is happening, and I'm, like, having to dodge through the light wall thingy. I mean... That's typically what the first win is in a hard fight comes down to, though, is a mix of skill and luck. Yeah, but the point is not, oh, there is luck involved. Obviously there's always luck involved. It's the amount and the degree to which this changes. Again, this goes from like, oh, phase 1, easy, 3 out of 10, to, oh my god, phase 1 is already 9 out of 10 and phase 2 can be worse. That's the part that's frustrating, not the fact that there is luck. Yeah, there's always luck, like in any hard fight, sure. It's just... like, even if it chooses... well, I didn't see that. No, it didn't break on the floor. Whoops, I thought it hit the floor and disappeared. My bad. But yeah, like, even if it picks an attack that it does in another run, the attack itself spawns differently. Like, oh, it does swords from the side. Do I get lucky and get to stay on the ground, or do I have to jump all the way to the 4th floor 3 times in a row? That's a massive difference in how tricky it is to deal with. Same with where the fireballs spawn. Do they spawn directly on top of me and make the fight really fucking hard, or do they just spawn in an opportunity where I can just walk left to right and they all hit the floor and I'm chilling? Like, it's just a very, very vast degree of difficulty, or like a very vast variance in the difficulty for a fight like this that's really difficult overall. Like, sure, the baseline is high, but it deviates, or like it changes from that so much that it's like annoying. I fucking hate my life. I saw that too slowly. I could have maybe, if I just shake look to the right there, I was actually fine. The spacing was working on. I think the issue is that you're probably gonna be consistent at this if you're playing Giga safe and you're willing to take 500 hours to win a single round. I'm overstating it for emphasis, but like, if you're playing it super safe and you're staying far away and you have good enough reactions to dodge the lasers, which is the one thing that distance won't make easier for you, then it's probably doable consistently, kinda regardless of what pattern you get or like what attacks you get and where they spawn. So I think especially for a no-hit run, you want to take it slow and steady. Like, you want to be comfortable dodging each of the individual attacks, and over time you're getting better at managing the more fuck you situations as well, and then you just play it very passively, very slowly. It spawns far away, cool, that's fine with me. I'm just gonna... I could not tell where that was because of my own spell. I'm just gonna stay far away and make sure shit like that didn't happen. I didn't need to use my spell there, I could have waited to see what exactly it's doing and then punished instead of going on the offensive and sending a spell there. I thought I was fine because I had a platform and I did it early enough that I could act afterwards, so I wasn't punished for my spell in terms of I was still in the recovery, but I was punished by my own spell blocking the visibility, so I couldn't see what the fuck was happening, so my reactions were too slow and I died. So I could have simply avoided that by, well, not doing that and just waiting. I tried to move to the left, but my finger refused to do it. I was still holding up to swing at it when it gave me the opportunity, and then I couldn't press left at the same time. Anyway. Try to lock the fucking... I didn't need to do that, that was really stupid. I could have jumped and made it over those before moving to the right. But I was afraid of the spikes, so my instinct was to just dodge to the side. Actual strategic mistake. I was dodging so the projectile wouldn't hit me, and then I need to just react. Just be faster. Just press the button. Even if it sends you into death, it's better than like not reacting. I always try to like be so conservative with my Shade Cloak and make sure I only dash when it's not gonna put me right into death, because the dash distance is fixed. So you very frequently put yourself into death by dashing, but I need to just fucking let my reflexes just press the button, which is probably not gonna be something that's actually gonna work because my reflexes are fucking trash, but just I gotta at least try. I need to double jump faster. It's kinda hard to do. Maybe I need a second dash jump button, so I can just press two different buttons rather than double tapping the same button. Especially since you have to hold it as well. I wonder if that's cheating, since I don't think you can double bind in this game. I guess that would be cheating. Oh well. I probably wouldn't bother doing that anyway, I'll just try to be better. But that does seem like the sort of thing that would technically give you an advantage. When he does vertigo swords and there's the fucking spears on the ground, it's so fucking annoying because I need to get off there. I need to fucking leave. But the spacing isn't always fucking good for that, so I don't know how to consistently do that. I guess I could just try to stay where I am and try to be dark. But I then need to wait for the spikes to actually come out, I think. I don't think I can cancel them by diving where they're going to be. I think I need to do that when they're actually there. Yeah, that does nothing. Oh, it does disappear them when it's time though. Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe if I have time I should just send D-Dark right away then. I heard they do respawn though, so I don't think it's safe, or rather I read in a Reddit thread at some point that they do respawn though. So I don't think it's necessarily safe to stay there, but maybe if I send that early enough to buy myself enough time to just dodge an attack there, that's probably good, rather than like going for the invincibility of the D-Dark itself. Like just making the area safe so I can stay in food. That was very close with Shedwood. I wasn't quite far enough left, and I find it very difficult to see during the screen shake and visual effects. But that is probably broadly what I have to do there, and just instead of trying to leave during that, because I can't really dash while that's happening, I should probably try to D-Dark and just hope the spikes don't come back and kill me or something. That might make it a lot more consistent, because the spikes are really what is ending my life the most. Most of this sort of shit that happens is just okay, unlucky. Like this time, I'm not ready for the lasers at the very start of the fight for some reason. I don't know. That just doesn't really happen that much. I always want to send the double 4 hit, so I'm just gonna be jumping and attacking there because it works in like the vast majority of circumstances, and it gives me a ton of damage and soul to start the fight off with. So I'm always gonna be sending that, so I'll sometimes die. But the spikes are really what essentially like locks me out. There are sometimes other situations where things overlap fully, but the spikes are the one that's like causing the most consistent overlap of attacks. I need to waste my shit with that. I was in there! Fuck, I thought I was far enough to the right. Goddammit. Unlucky. Bro, why am I struggling so much with the first hit? I guess I'm being over aggressive still. I do keep trying to get as many hits in as I can still. Maybe not really aggressive. Wow, okay. Goddammit. See, that is also me being overly aggressive. I wanted to get the extra hit in there, maybe even 2. And then it happened to send an unfortunate pattern of sorts at me. I think I was only dead to the 3 high. Or like to the 4 high jump, I guess. So I thought it was a reasonable gambit, but I should just not be taking loss. I should just play safe. There's no reason to be that rushy. Ah, god fucking damn you. I don't know how to best deal with that. Should I always just try to expect that specific attack so I can maybe dodge the lasers a little better? Because what happens is that I'm trying to look for everything there, and I guess it's too low in my mental state. So maybe if I like top priority that one. I guess it is on a lot of levels the most dangerous thing I can be doing. Because at least that attack has a bit of wind up. The lasers are nearly instant. That was a very active fireball. Whoa, that is mean. I should find a way to ignore the spikes. I was looking at the spikes on the right, like I was tracking what the spikes were doing and then where the guy was teleporting and all that sort of shit. So I had just barely too little reaction time to dodge the tall wall, basically. But that is hard, man, because I can't have my check lock available there. Because I just dashed right before. See, this was me telling myself, if you see something that you feel like you need to dodge, you just press the dodge button. I pressed the dodge button, like I told myself, I dashed into spikes because that was just barely not enough room. I guess damned if you do, damned if you don't. I could have probably avoided that laser attack better if I was a little bit more focused, but I was not so super locked in. See, I was... maybe I needed to run away there. I realized dashing onto the platform with it was dangerous. That's also part of why I even hesitated. Because I think that attack was gonna be really hard to dodge there, as were the lasers. So maybe I should have just taken my early victory there with the 3 Howling Wraiths plus some swings and just moved on with my life. And tried to get another reasonably good opportunity rather than just greeting it. For what it's worth though, if that had worked out, that was probably the end of the phase right away there. If that's like the right kind of attack and I get a good punish. So it's not a completely silly gamble to take. Ah, fuck, slightly too early. It's not a completely silly gamble to take. The reason I was walking slightly too early there is because of the fucking spears, of course. I wanted to get off of spear platform as quickly as possible, but alas. Sometimes spear spawns poorly. It's poorly too. That was hard. Doing those factory spikes. Oh, I couldn't see shit or even really hit it. Ooh, that wasn't high enough? Aw, that was very, very close. Man, that... I wonder if headphones would have helped there, but I feel like the audio was just overpowered from the laser wall. So I couldn't hear the projectile spawning that way. But maybe that was audible in headphones, I don't know. Hey, congrats! Nice. That fucker hits hard as hell. Obviously, that means that you can now beat regular Grim because, or regular well, Nightmare Grim, but like in the non-ascended version, because he's only half as strong, right? So you're twice as powerful. So the logic of power scaling dictates that you are now gonna win that fight free every time. I was kind of hoping that last attempt was gonna be the one, because that had some clutch movement in it. Oh, I couldn't see that for so long. Ah, oh, that spawned in that spot. God damn it, I needed to dodge away, I think. I had gotten so much damage, I just needed to play it safe, I think. God damn it, I needed to not be greedy. Or maybe when that happens and I see he does that attack, like either the lasers or the swords, because they both have the same startup, but his face just glowing very brightly. Maybe if I see that, I just immediately D-Dark. And then if it doesn't work out, I can panic dash after or something, maybe? I shouldn't have looked that shot. I'm going to see if I can do a tune 3 times in a row and manage the 2-win streak before moving to Ascended. Hell yeah, let's go. That's I wrote something here when I tried to do it, but I guess it works now. It does seem like you're currently online. Alright, DK? Oh, it's the Gladius saying no matter how many times I use my rank is briefly processed in D-Dark as a Counter-Strike mob. D-Dark? I don't know what that would be. Sorry. D-Dark. Like, is there a map with a similar name, or just because of the way it sounds? I am fucking stupid. Oh, from D-Dust, I say. D-Demolition, yeah, it's DE underscore, and then for demolition maps. Don't even play Counter-Strike, so we'll just show this. No, fair enough. There was a Dark Map, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, they've made like a billion Counter-Strike maps over the length of that year's game. That year's game, yes, that game's yours. I don't know. Words, who needs them? Well, I couldn't fucking see that on that. Never mind, those two. Are you okay? No. Those two is the only map. It is the map of Counter-Strike. No other map exists. They should really have just called that Counter Dust or something. Dust Strike too. Wait, what? I was looking for the wall spikes. He was taking so long to teleport. What the fuck? Debog, I blow all my cloud. That map was so shit too. I mean, that game didn't really have any good maps to be fair, so I guess I'm biased against Bog and most of the maps. Bog was pretty bad though. What maps were even good in that game? I'm having a very mean phase transition here, holy shit. Why it couldn't even see that thing fucking spawning? God damn it, I'm annoyed. Canyon, AK does too. I guess Canyon was okay adjacent there. Kinda like Solar City though after it started not being showed. Wasn't that the one where everyone sat on the fucking on the rim with their fucking Gauss rifles? Or is that a different one that I'm thinking of? Oh, that was Manifold, right? Oh, was Solaris City the one that had like the long open sea area with the bridge and the little oil rig thingy, and then on the other side there was the airfield and shit? Or the neon one? The dark one? Or like the nighttime one? Sorry, I have absolutely zero memory. Or rather, like, I have vague impressions, but I haven't really committed much of that to memory. Getting some pretty mean patterns right here. I don't know why I thought that was gonna be fun. Damn it. Dumbass. The dark one, okay, good. Yeah, fair enough. Do some lolling at MechWarrior the other day, oh boy. 100 tons, I thought the game was doing some weird shit. That does sound like a lot to me, yeah. I think also for a mech that's pretty heavy, I think that was kind of the top end of what you would do in MechWarrior Online, which might not be the pinnacle of all canon of MechWarrior, but that seemed like one of the heavier things to exist, yeah. fails. Why am I done? I wanted to save my dodge for whatever fucking reason. Goddammit. I alternate that 60 times. Outside it was outside the way it would float if you asked it too much. Fair enough. That is pretty crazy. Maybe it's some futuristic sci-fi material stuff that just doesn't have the weight, but is still very sturdy or some shit. Nah, that thing is not moving ever. That's the fucking artist. Maybe that's why it's the Steiner Scoutlands to have Atlases, because they're so agile. Like, they can swim, they can fly in the breeze. But they're weird legs floating. Crew. Fucking go. Hell yeah. That was fucking hard. Yeah, I was begging for gameplay since aiming angles and twists was nothing of it. Also, size and shape of the max wasn't a consideration. OG was around 13 meters tall. It's about 18 in MWO. The closer way it was. Commander for Ovens is 8 meters. That's a flagpole. Fair enough. Neat. Also, anything Atlas will be able to just flop around awkwardly since it can't find no purchasers. Limb won't stay in the water. Yeah, I guess you just gotta like boost when you're roughly facing or pointing in the direction that you're trying to go. So like you gotta just you know, keep like doing little spirals, donuts, maybe get a Warhammer maneuver or two in there, and then when you're thinking you're pointing in the right direction, you hit the boost button for a little bit, making yourself drift into the general direction that you want to go to. Sounds very tedious and annoying, but you are playing in an Atlas, or sitting in an Atlas, piloting an Atlas, whatever, so that might be par for the course. Okay, get fucked, game. We win these. Okay, let's do a couple normal runs to make sure we're consistent, and then maybe... It's a little late, I should probably not, but maybe we'll send a attempt at the Pantheon. Yeah. How heavy is an Irby then, or like how would this sort of newfound understanding of weight and physics further or lessen your hatred of Irbys? Why I was too late, but damn it. Oh, he's still doing a full attack. I should not be greedy, I don't need to attack him here, he's already in the good phase for me. There we go. Bigger redneck ED turn in. I am being greedy as hell. I get a couple heals in here, I think, before the shot comes in. Never mind. I feel like the laser is trying to wall you actively sometimes, it's pretty mean. Whoa, that hit me! What? Okay, fair enough. Good thing that didn't happen during the no-hit attempt. I would have been upset if that would have ended the run. I guess I should stop being greedy and just actually double jump there whenever the projectile gets close. Good Icarus. I didn't think Icarus got shot from below with a homing sun. I thought he was just flying too high. I needed to fly higher, actually. Tony Wolf directly into the sun. Wolf couldn't even make it anywhere because he would not be able to land on any of these platforms that I need to land on to function. He would just immediately ass-blowed. Also, sorry, you were saying the Frosthaven portraits look awful? That is very sad to hear. I read that you can speed up the animations, which makes me intensely happy, because from the very, very, very little bit of the demo that I had played, that was one of my greatest worries, that we'd have to sit there and wait out minute-long animations every time we wanted to move a figure. And to be fair, the art style I was not really super into in the demo either, or like from the previews and shit, anyway. Since it's kind of like the more generic, cartoony sort of style, which doesn't quite fully fit the game anyway, so I wasn't really expecting that much visually. But as long as it plays fine, I don't really care too much about most of the other factors. Standard Russian teeth-wise. Okay. Bad. Actual fucking portrait. God damn it. I mean, he does look a little dumb. and the board game as well, and the Link tabletop. I am being so bad, Lily, please help. Why am I playing so poorly? I just don't have the fear of God in me if it's not in the no-hit run. I'm just like, yeah, this is fine. I was being too greedy. God damn it. I thought that was gonna be enough, but it was obviously not positioning-wise. Okay, I want to be able to beat this fucker a couple times in a row on normal before I go for the Pantheon, so I guess we'll just send a couple more attempts just for practice, and then we'll give up for the day, and we'll hopefully finish this tomorrow then. Right, watch this be another no-hit. Here we go. I was getting completely shafted there. I couldn't hear which side that was coming from. I guess that's kind of a speaker's moment, huh? I am being so bad. Wow, it turned around all the way? Damn. I am shocked. I fucking forgot about the curve. Yes. Need to stop tilting and stay focused even if I get it. I tend to check out once that happens because it's like, yeah, I'm not getting the no-hit anyway, so may as well just like stop focusing on hard. Which is obviously not a great mentality. And I need to have this sort of on autopilot if we're gonna try to do the Pantheon. I don't know why I thought a full jump there would just make it. We'll check out after this. I was doing so well without recovering. I am fucking crazy, holy shit. Okay. I'm crazy, but oh, okay, dude. I fucking got annihilated by those snipes. That's why you don't want to dash or wall jump during that climb, because it fucking... No, wait, no, I want to be on a tune. Okay, don't fucking tilt that hard, brain. Just keep going for a little bit. Okay, let's see what the fuck it looks like. Have you considered that you might just be a little, like... I don't know. if you think that just looks like a Russian dude, then I don't know. Have you ever seen someone from Russia? I don't know how many you have over there in DK, but in my experience at least, they don't quite look like that. Like whoever did the portrait here, the class said they just give him a little more detail. I think that's the same shit basically that you're supposed to be able to see, or rather that you would be able to see if it was more well lit in the original as well. Like, I don't know, that doesn't look that weird to me, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not a Blink Blade player, so I'm not all episode. I don't know. I'll live. Like, he looks ugly, not denying that, but it doesn't seem like that weird of a thing. To me, they've always felt like little goblin-style fuckers anyway. The, whatever the fuck they're called. But I have not read enough of the lore either, so maybe it was just the wrong word. I don't know why I tried for that, I'm just being stupid. Actually, that does explain it, doesn't it? Okay, let's not choke this quite as hard this time, please. Can we get something else, please? Okay, never mind. I shut the fuck up and just eat it. As prescribed. Alright, I see. That's probably why I don't want to just double jump to make sure, huh? Okay. Okay, there's one. I'll do 2 more runs and then I'm gonna call it a day, I think. Need to get up early tomorrow. Yes, shut up. You're worthless fucking fake lore bullshit. Anyway, get out of here, silly DLC. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. to be full health though, so that's nice. That was not very kind. I accidentally got stuck on the fucking platform, oops. God damn it. Why would I guess I had a decent reason to jump there. Fuck, we're not getting multiple in a row, huh? I'm just fucking terrible. Unlucky. Oh yeah, so I'll have to continue practicing at some point and then we can send Pantheon runs next time. Let's run off the bed. Let's make it a quick one so I can go to bed. Teehee. Oh, working on that part of this. Pretty nice big pattern. A lot of this could have been avoidable if I went for less damage, but I'm greedy. Okay, game. What am I cooking? Okay. That one I can't even really blame the game for, though, it's just me being fucking stupid. I thought he was doing the other thing. Okay, well, we'll call it here. So I can bench early today. Well, we got most of the way there. I think we're good enough to just do this with a couple practice runs, so that's a good start.